NBC5 investigates, and this is one of the largest operations we've seen here in Chicago since the increased immigration arrests started earlier this month. Dozens of federal agents swarmed this apartment complex in the South Shore neighborhood.
Well, tonight, NBC5 Investigates has learned U.S. citizens were among those temporarily detained during this large-scale operation. Investigative reporter Bennett Haeberle joining us in studio tonight with what he's found out. Bennett.
Allison and Stefan, we are still trying to pin down the exact number of people who may have been detained or arrested, but two tenants we interviewed described hearing a helicopter, flashbangs, and dozens of agents entering the building and demanding that everyone get out. Chicago's FBI office confirms its agents served a supporting role for Border Patrol agents conducting this latest immigration enforcement operation. This video from the Citizen app overnight along 75th and South Shore Avenue shows dozens of federal agents lining the streets near this apartment complex. Swept up in the raid, at least 2 U.S. citizens who told us everyone in the building, which amounts to dozens of tenants, were all temporarily detained until immigration agents could verify their identities.
Once I went in the hallway, it was a bunch of people in green, and they just was, lay it down, you have to go to the front. And they made everybody go to the front. Everybody went to the front, and they detained us. They put us in the little plastic wristband thingies, and they just took our information.
Isaiah Johnson says he was detained for nearly 2 hours on the sidewalk before being let go. Who got taken away?
Most of the Venezuelans.
Do you know how many of them got arrested?
No, it was a lot of them.
Johnson said he got along with most of the Venezuelan migrants who live here. He said they helped him repair his dishwasher, but not everyone agrees. Takesha Clark says her interactions were less positive, alleging that new arrivals caused damage to the building. These images obtained by NBC5 Investigates, courtesy of the Invisible Institute, show damage on the inside, though it was not immediately clear what damage may have already existed versus what occurred during this raid. What is your take on this enhanced immigration enforcement that we've seen here in Chicago?
I don't like the way that they did it. I'm happy as hell that they got them up out the building, but I don't like the way they came and did it.
What is it about the manner in which they did it you don't like?
Because us Americans, we didn't have nothing to do with them. We didn't bring the Venezuelans over here, they did.
Since August of 2022, more than 50,000 migrants arrived in Chicago, most of whom were bused or flown here by Texas Governor Greg Abbott. But following the closure of the city's migrant shelter system last fall, an untold number resettled in the South Shore area. Tuesday's operation appears to be the largest show of force we've seen since the Trump administration began its increased enforcement efforts here earlier this month. What do you make about what's been happening here in Chicago with the increased immigration enforcement? The arrests, like ICE arresting people in different parts of the city. What do you make of all that?
I think they should make sure it's the right people and not the wrong people.
Again, we have asked DHS, ICE, and CBP for details on this particular raid, on who was detained or arrested. The Trump administration's purpose in these operations has been in part to address issues of crime. The agencies have continued to put out news releases touting the arrests of those undocumented individuals with prior arrests. While we have seen some convictions for serious crimes, including murder, the vast majority of those in ICE custody, some 70%, do not have criminal convictions. That's according to the TRAC website, which monitors immigration data. Allison?
Bennett, thank you.